Señor Rainer Voss, usted protagonizó un documental en el que hablaba abiertamente de su trabajo como banquero, que es algo poco habitual en su sector. ¿Por qué lo hizo?
There are a lot of reasons to it. First reason being because I got the chance, because I didn't ask for it. The second reason is that I felt like somebody had to speak up. You know, the movie, you see a lot of buildings from inside and from the outside with mirrored windows. Yeah, you can't look inside, and that's characteristic for the industry. You know, we are all affected by it, but we can't look through the windows.
¿Por qué es tan poco habitual ver a un banquero hablar de lo que pasa dentro de los bancos?
You have to look at it like a secret universe, yeah, or a secret order, or a sect. It has some quasi-religious touch to it, and it's a very secluded community. And if you are part of that, if you do reflect about it, you cannot afford to let it touch you, because then you have to leave the industry.
Si usted al principio de dedicarse a la banca de inversión se hubiese escuchado a usted mismo hablando ahora como habla de la banca de inversión, ¿se hubiese reconocido?
No. It's a very interesting process if you get out of that system. Yeah? I quit working in 2008, and I quit on my own, so I decided I'm done. Yeah? And it took me 5 years to re-socialize. It's really like being released from a prison, you know, because you have to learn certain things which you haven't done for quite a while, you know, going to a supermarket or, you know, going by bus. And also you have to you know, sort out your head somehow, yeah. So usually you do it. I did it, and I'm not ashamed to talk about this. I had professional help doing it. Yeah.
Usted trabajó 20 años en la banca de inversión.
Yeah.
Explíquenos en una frase, ¿qué hacía?
Attract clients to the banks I was working for in order to place bonds for them. I mainly worked for 15 years. I worked with government clients like the Hacienda, yeah, and the last 5 years I worked with big corporate clients like Volkswagen and the big companies.
¿Ganaba mucho dinero usted?
It may sound strange, but I think it has nothing to do with money. This is an industry that attracts weak personalities. They depend very much on, you know, appreciation from the outside. Yeah? What I'm saying is, of course, there is money, but the money stands for something else. Yeah? It stands for affection, appreciation, I'd say love. Yeah? And that makes the whole issue so complicated.
Da la sensación que usted haya sido como una especie de infiltrado que ahora nos cuenta todo lo que vio ahí dentro.
Yeah, I sometimes say I got rid of a virus. I mean, there are certain realities we have to accept, yeah, and it's about, let's say, now I'm talking science, yeah, I'm leaving science in a second, but you have the normal incidence for psychopaths or sociopaths in a society is 2%. If you go into middle management, yeah, and that is still science, that is researched, the number is between 6 and 8%. Now we're leaving science and go to my gut feeling. In investment banking, it's 15 to 20%.
¿Trabajaba usted muchas horas?
Sí. 7:30 morning call, and then all through the day. Very often entertaining clients in the evening. And then, of course, there was a lot of traveling.
Ese tópico que a veces vemos del que se dedica a la banca de inversión y que acaba durmiendo en la oficina, pendiente de si algo sube, si algo baja.
Yeah.
¿Eso le pasaba a usted también?
It's not a cliché. It's actually, there was this case about this young man 2 years ago. He died working for Merrill Lynch. He did a two-nighter, as we call it. So he worked for 2 nights in a row, and then he died because of an epileptic occurrence. I had people like young students, you know, coming to me and asking for a one-nighter. Yeah, because one friend of them with another bank had done a one-nighter, and they thought it would be like a pat on the shoulder or whatever. There's this goddess. Yeah? You will think in a second that I'm crazy. There's this goddess, you know, and the goddess is called, let's call it McKinsey. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a bank. McKinsey or Deutsche Bank or Santander, whatever you call it. Yeah, and your labor becomes a sacrifice to that goddess. And in return you get, what I was saying before, you get money as a sign of affection. And that is a vicious circle, yeah, because you can't get enough. And this is why I'm talking about a sect and religion.
Y llega un día que usted deja el trabajo, deja su sueldazo, deja su cargo, lo deja todo, abandona el sector. ¿Por qué lo hizo?
I have a very firm sense of what's right and what's wrong since I was a very small kid. And with that set of values, you know, I entered the profession back in the late 70s. Yeah? And then it was okay until, let's say, 98, 99, 2000. And then the industry and the society, in my point of view, changed. Yeah? The human beings became less important. It was more about money. Yeah, everything was about money and how much, and also there was more aggressiveness. There was much more harsher tone, you know, when people were discussing and so on and so on. And all of a sudden, all this didn't fit to my values anymore, and that takes a lot of time. In my case, 4, 5, 6 years. You know, it's a little bit like if you're getting a flu. And then all of a sudden you realize you have this flu and you have to do something about it. And that was when I quit.